What's up guys, it's Extreme Bricks, and today I'm back with our sponsored Brickmania kit review. So today's review is going to be on the M4A2 Sherman. This is the US Marines configuration of the Sherman. It includes a deep wadding kit, which is used mostly in the Pacific theater. It's got some really great details. It's a fantastic looking tank. I love it personally. And I can't show you all the details on this. So first we'll look at the minifigure, then look at the tank itself, and then lastly finish off, we'll look at the decal sheet, the instructions briefly, and the box. So without further ado, let's go right into the review. Okay, so this kit includes one minifigure. It's a really nice custom minifig done by Brickmania. So it's got a really nice, very light green color for the torso and leg, which is very accurate to the real color of the uniform the Marines wore back in World War II in Pacific. So I like the accuracy in the colors. And then the torso print is just fantastic. Really, really nice. I got a few of these torsos now, and I do like them quite a bit. So you can see just an amazing amount of detail. Just looks very, very nice. Not too complicated, but I think it's perfect for what it's trying to be. So it's got on the pocket the United States Marine Corps logo, and it says USMC above that. And then it's got a few pockets. Just really nice. And then just have a little bit of back printing. The back does look excellent as well. Nothing fancy, but it does just enough, and it looks great. He's got a standard yellow flesh head, nothing fancy there. I mean, he's got the tanker headgear with the goggles, which you can put down and up. So, very nice minifig. Now we'll go on to the actual M4A2 Sherman. Okay, so looking at the actual M4A2 Sherman itself, you can just see this is such a fantastic tank. So this is one of my favorites done by Brickmania. So Brickmania has done quite a few Shermans over the years. Since they've been in business, and this is by far one of my favorites. The best thing about this tank is how recognizable and how famous this tank actually is. This tank played a very key role in World War II for the Allies. This was used in the European theater and in the Pacific theater, which is the version this is in right now. So I'll just go into my favorite part, which is the chassis, which is my favorite part in most of the Brickmanias tanks because of how good the chassis is usually. So, looking at the chassis itself and the Sherman, it just looks so good. So it's got your free oscillating bogies. For suspension, you got your driving sprocket wheels. I just want to point out they do use these very nice Technic clutch gears for the drive wheels up front, which is really, really nice. I appreciate that quite a bit. This looks so good. And then, my favorite part about the chassis is how simple it actually is when you actually build it, and how good it actually looks. So some people use some really complicated pieces to build their chassis. This one uses very simple parts, and it looks awesome. And then for the back wheel, you've got the 2x2 round brick. And then another favorite part about this tank is the fact they use their custom double wide track links. So Brickmania makes their own track links, and they use double wide for this tank, which is absolutely perfect size for the Sherman, especially the first version. Not like the Easy 8, that had free wide, that'd make more sense. But the first version had smaller size track links, so it looks really, really nice. And the chassis does, or the treads do actually move. It doesn't roll right now because it's on a smooth surface, but on a carpet it would roll great. Looking at the frontal armor of this, you've got your two headlights here, I believe a 30 cal machine gun in the hull for the radio operator. And then, like I said, this is the US Marine version, so they include the US Marine sticker up front, which looks absolutely awesome if you do the sticker right. So I really appreciate all these fantastic, decals, things like that to add to this. Looks so good. So again, US Marines right there. It's got a really nice slope to the frontal armor, because I've seen the Sherman in real life. I've seen a few of these actually, it's very accurate to the real one, which I like quite a bit in terms of realism. And then looking at the side of the hull, you've got a lot of different assortments of stickers and decals with this kit. I chose Iwo Jima 1945, so I've got Apache on both sides, and I've got USMC for United States Marine Corps. Again, the stickers just add so much to this kit. And then this is a Pacific version, so you're probably wondering what the heck this is. This is called a deep wadding kit. So sometimes for amphibious invasions, the Marines would have to drop tanks off not exactly on the beach. They have to drop them off a few feet in water. And the thing is, if you drop these tanks off without that kit, the engine will flood and it will just get stuck in the ocean. But with this, they're basically snorkels for the engine, so the engine can breathe underwater. So it could be submerged, you know, up to here in water, but it could still be on the ocean bottom going through with no problem. And that's really cool. And like I said about customization, you can actually take this off. So this part just comes off real easy. And then the back part just snaps off with 2 Technic bricks right there. So your customization options are endless with this thing. And then they do have some custom stickers on the tops of these ventilation shafts, or tubes. And then, so if you want a regular Sherman, you could have one, which is a really nice feature I like quite a bit with this. Looking at the back of it, you got this nice slope going down, which I, again, like quite a bit in terms of the sloping and realism of it. You got a pickaxe on the back, and then on the other side, a shovel, in case you get stuck in a ditch or something like that, and you need to dig yourself out. On the back of this thing, you got your 2 back headlights, again, USMC for United States Marine Corps. And then you've got the number 8 on the back of the deep wadding kit. So here's the other side, identical. So very, very nice. And then the last part of this would be the top. So you got the turret is one of my favorite parts of this tank as well because of how good the sloping is. So it spins 360 degrees. It just stops at the deep wadding kit in the back. And then you've got some extra detailing up here. And the gun, I believe it's 75mm cannon on this, one of the first versions. And this does elevate up and down, which is a very nice feature I appreciate all the time on tanks when the gun is able to elevate and things like that. So on the top of the turret you've got your commander's hatch, so you can go ahead and put your tanker inside. So just like so. So he can be on top of the turret, you know, overlooking the battle as they get dropped off like the LST or something like that. So it looks very nice. You can also close up the hatch. So just close this up right here, and then you can have your crew safe and sound inside. You got your radio antenna for communications right there, and that is the turret. And then you do have 2 opening hatches on top of the hull up front for your driver and radio operator / hull machine gunner. So those open up, you got space inside, and actually, you're wondering, there is actually space inside for a crew, so this all comes off. And left with the chassis itself, so you got plenty of room inside for your own interior. You could probably throw an engine in there, maybe a turret ring if you're really creative. So now you have got plenty of options for the customization, and then all this just snaps back on in the front and in the back. So that is the M4A2 Sherman. Now we'll look at the stickers, the box, and the instructions very briefly, and now the review of my final thoughts. Okay, so now we're going to finish off with looking at the instruction manual, the decal sheet, and the box, and then end off with the final thoughts. So with this kit, like I said, you have a lot of different customization options, whether you want the deep wadding kit on or off, or different types of decals. So here's the decal sheet you receive in the kit when you buy it. You've got a lot of different options in terms of the battalion you want, or the certain date of battle you want. So you've got, let me see, Cobra, 8-Ball, Condor, Cuddles, Agony, Colorado. So a lot of different options, and I chose Apache because it looked the coolest, probably to me. You got some elephant decals right there, 9-5 for the turret, some of these stars for the Marines, and a few others. So very nice decal sheet, very high quality by the way too. So that's very nice. I really appreciate customization options, especially with kits like this. So here's the instruction manual, very high quality, much better than Legos, much thicker paper, it will last much longer if you take care of it. So really nice artwork in the front of it. And then the instructions have gotten so much better. I'm not going to show too much, but you can see they are very high quality. You can see very clearly. And then on the back of the instruction manual, it actually shows you the different options with the different types of decals. So on the back you've got Tarawa 1943, and it shows you these battalions were used in Tarawa, so you could use those decals, and it shows you the configuration, different configurations for different battles. I chose Iwo Jima 1945, and again, so 8 in the back, so all different types of decals, very easy to see, very nice. So that's really nice. And then now look at the box briefly. So medium-sized box, not too big, not too small. Nice artwork in the front, 575 parts. Skill level is intermediate. Very nice build on this. I really do like it. Okay, so that is my review for the M4A2 Sherman. I really hope you guys enjoy the review, and I highly recommend this kit. I believe it's still available, and I'll put a link down to where you can get it down below in the description. And again, it's a really nice kit. The price is actually very reasonable for a tank this size and the quality of how good it really is. So you get a great tank, a lot of different types of decals for customization, a great minifig, and it's just a great kit all around. So I will be bringing you guys more of these reviews coming in the future because you guys seem to like these quite a bit. And I will talk to you guys next time. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.